and welcome to my storybook world. Have a guess where today's adventure is taking us. It looks a bit watery to me. If you think we're taking a dive into the ocean, you're absolutely right. But what's that strange noise? And who is making it? Here's a clue. What is it? Do you know? I'm sure you've got it now. They are whales. In fact, they are humpback whales. Humpback whales are huge. In fact, if all the children in your class or your year, or maybe even your whole school, stood one behind the other, the line of children wouldn't be as long as a humpback whale. Wow! Not only are they very, very big, they're also very, very heavy. If we put all those children into one side of a weighing scale and a humpback whale got on the other, look what would happen. The children are saying, "You are so big." And the whale's laughing and saying, "You are so small." But they only eat very small things, so they need to eat tons of them. Can you see why? If you look inside the whale's mouth, you'll see that he doesn't have teeth. He has bristles, like a hairbrush. Big things get stuck in the bristles, so they have to eat very tiny things. This story is about a baby whale who is very curious. His mother tells him wonderful tales about all the animals who live on the planet, and he's very excited about seeing some of them, particularly polar bears and penguins. So he decides to go on a very big adventure all the way to Antarctica. Can you see where it is? Down at the bottom of that picture. It's very cold there. That's why you can see some white stuff. That's ice and snow. The Arctic is up at the top of the world. But Cosmos is going to Antarctica. It's a long way. I wonder if he'll find what he's looking for. Now it's time for the story, Cosmos, the Curious Whale, written and illustrated by Gail Clarke. The ocean was quiet. The ocean was deep. Some creatures were resting and some were asleep. When out of the depths swam a huge humpback whale with her speckled flippers and powerful tail, pushing her calf towards the light of the moon and stars that shone in the night. Till at last, on the surface, the two whales burst to take a deep breath. The baby whales first. Father whale, who was brimming with pride, opened his whale mouth ever so wide, and he started to sing a deep whale song. The other whales listened and passed it along. "We are calling him Cosmos," sang proud Father Whale, "because of a pattern of marks near his tail. It looks like a galaxy covered with stars and two beautiful planets, Saturn and Mars." "That's a wonderful name," the whales all agreed, and the news travelled on at incredible speed. It travelled the ocean from North Pole to South, till every whale ear and whale mouth heard and sang about Cosmos, the new baby whale, with a pattern of planets and stars near his tail. Mother whale took good care of her son. His days were full of adventure and fun. He loved to slide down her slippery back and crash into the waves with a splash and a smack. He squealed with delight when she tossed him up high and he turned upside down in the bright blue sky. Then together they swam, flippers touching each other, the small baby whale and his giant, gentle mother. Cosmos was clever. Before very long, he learned enough notes to sing his first song. The tune was high and the song was clear. The other whales listened and gave him a cheer. They said, "Hip, hip, hooray! Well done, bravo!" and a great big wow. Cosmos asked questions. He wanted to know, how big is the ocean? Why does the moon grow? What makes the sun rise at the start of each day, changing the world in a colourful way? What are stars made of? And please tell me why some creatures swim and others can fly. But before his kind, affectionate mother could answer one question, he asked her another. At night, Mum told Cosmos magical tales about all the Earth's creatures, not just about whales, but all kinds of mammals and birds and fish too, where they all live and what they all do. Isn't it wonderful? Mother Whale sighed. The world is so big and the ocean so wide. I want to see more of it, Cosmos replied. And then an idea popped into his head. I'm going to explore the ocean, he said. I'll swim hundreds of miles, maybe thousands or more, to the freezing and far away Antarctic shore. I'll see millions of penguins, he squealed in delight, and giant polar bears. What a wonderful sight, with their long furry coats all glistening and white. The other whales listened, their mouths open wide. I am sorry to tell you, they laughed till they cried. They went, ha ha, hee hee, what a good joke. There are millions of penguins, it's certainly true, but polar bears? Oh, Cosmos, we thought that you knew. You won't find them there, not even a few. Of course I'll find polar bears. There's plenty of snow, Cosmos insisted. And now I must go. And before they could stop him, Cosmos the whale disappeared out of sight with one swish of his tail. The journey was long, but after a while he met a green turtle who said, with a smile, "Why don't you stop and stay for a chat?" "Oh, no," said Cosmos, "there's no time for that. I mustn't stop now. I have so far to go. I'm off to see snow bears and penguins, you know." "There are plenty of penguins, 10 million, I'd say. But as for the polar bears, you have come the wrong way. You need to go north," Turtle tried to explain. But Cosmos the whale had vanished again. Several days later, a giant squid swam past. Cosmos was frightened. This creature was vast. Its huge eyes saw Cosmos, and seconds before he could dive down and hide on the deep ocean floor, 8 arms and 2 tentacles wrapped Cosmos around. And just as he thought he would surely be drowned, he heard the squid chuckle as it slowly unwound. "You're quite safe," Squid smiled. "You're too big to eat. For me, shrimps and crabs are a tastier treat. I don't eat young humpbacks. There's no need to worry. But where are you going in such a great hurry?" "To find penguins and polar bears," Cosmos replied. The squid's tentacles rippled. His eyes opened wide. "Oh dear, my young friend, you are on the wrong track. If you want to find polar bears, you'd better turn back." "No, no," Cosmos says. "There are hundreds, I know, on Antarctica's shore, all covered with snow." At this, the giant squid shook his huge head. "What do they teach you at whale school?" he said. "Now listen, young humpback, before you move on," the giant squid continued. but Cosmos had gone. The water turned icy. Huge chunks drifted past. Icebergs, thought Cosmos. I've made it at last. And there on the ice, 10,000 or more black and white penguins played on the shore. Some waddled and hopped on the massive ice floe. Some jumped from a height to the water below. Some kept their eggs safe and warm on their feet. Some hunted for food for their young chicks to eat. Some tobogganed along on their feathery tummies, and fluffy chicks called to their daddies and mummies. Cosmos was thrilled as he watched them all play, and he smiled to himself. What a wonderful day. And then he remembered something. The bears, exclaimed Cosmos. I almost forgot them. Everything's white here. It's quite hard to spot them. His smile disappeared. His face became serious. No bears anywhere. This is very mysterious. Looking around, the baby whales saw a small group of penguins close by on the shore. Can you please tell me where the polar bears are hiding? He asked them politely. The penguins stopped sliding. Bears, they all cried. Oh, what a good joke. The penguins laughed loudly. Then one of them spoke. Didn't anyone tell you which way to go to find polar bears? They live in the Arctic, you know. Not here in Antarctica. Goodness me, no. Oh dear, sighed Cosmos, shaking his head. If only I'd listened to what my friend said, I wouldn't be feeling such a disgrace. The tears filled his eyes and ran down his face. The penguins felt sorry that Cosmos was sad. Cheer up, they said kindly. It isn't that bad. You can't give up now. Be brave and be strong. Go north. You'll find polar bears. It won't take you long. I will, he replied. I am now Arctic bound. I'm off to the north, where polar bears are found. And waving goodbye to the Antarctic shore, Cosmos set out on his travels once more. And that is the end of part 1. You can watch part 2 immediately, or you can save it for another day. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.